Welcome to this session. Having discussed the various families of languages in the Indian subcontinent, the cultures of India are as diverse as that of the languages. Unity in diversity is one of the most spectacular features amongst the population of India. Tribal culture of India, their traditions and practices interpenetrate almost all the aspects of Indian culture and civilization. From the Aryan, Dravidian to the Indo-Tibetan languages, Indian tribal culture has also seen a tremendous merging of cultures within its own people. It is considered to be very important to live within the tribal cultures of India in order to understand their ways of life. However, it is observed that Christianity has brought about a change that can be termed as a total transformation in tribal lifestyle and outlook, particularly in the northeastern states of India. In discussing a few tribal cultures of India, we shall try to cover the widely prominent cultures of tribes in different regions of India. Since it would be a remarkably tedious and an acutely impossible task to study all the tribes of India, we shall take few tribal cultures from each of the regions in India. In this session, I will start with tribal culture in northern India. The tribes of Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh have marked their own charts in the Indian subcontinent and are known for their distinct tribal cultures. Tribal life of Jammu and Kashmir plays host to the artistic traditions of the various tribes who have settled here. Just like any other tribal group, the tribes of Jammu and Kashmir are rice eaters, and wheat and pulses form their staple diet. The tribal populations of Jammu and Kashmir are primarily an agrarian society. Bakarwal tribe of community of Jammu and Kashmir are special nomadic tribes. They are mainly found in the Pir Panjal range located between the two states of Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. By tradition, they are mainly goatherds and shepherds. Some of their characteristics feature, along with their customs, language, manners and dressing sense, match with the Gujjar tribes of Himachal Pradesh. The Balti tribes are very friendly and hospitable people. The local culture is a blend of both Ladakhi and Islami rituals. They are devout Muslims but have never distanced themselves from the cultural and linguistic ties to what 90% of the Baltis regard as Ladakhi cultural and linguistic heritage. Historians believe that the Dogra tribe of Jammu and Kashmir are the descendants of the Aryans who had settled on the southern hilly tracts of Kashmir, stretching up to the Punjab plains. Dogri folk literature comprises of prose and verses. Dogri folk songs range from love to heroism and sacrifice. Ceremonial lyrics give analysis of human reaction to ceremonies. Biyayan are sung to celebrate the birth of male child, indicating gender bias. Family lyrics pertain to household members such as mother, father, daughter-in-law, mother-in-law and their relationships. Some Dogra still follow type of marriage which is called dohri or double, in which they take a daughter and give their daughter. Gotra and Kula exogamy is maintained. In Srinagar, the Khan dress or Pathani suit is the common dress among the males, and Firan, a long tunic and salwar with the traditional kasaba, a headgear, is the most admired dress amongst women. The Firan of females have zari embroidery on the hemline, around pockets and mostly on the collar area. The Pashmini shawl and skull cap made of fur, which is called karakuli, are the symbols of royalty among men. In Ladakh, The tribesmen don the long woolen gowns with the border made up of sheepskin and tied at the waist by blur-colored girdles. During harsh winters, multicolored caps with ear laps made of velvet are worn, whereas women wear the turquoise-studded headgear referred to as perek with the exquisite multicolored clothes. The bangles, hairpins, brooches, and other ornaments are made up of semi-precious stones. In the Jammu and Kashmir state, Changpa tribal community is found in several places like Changthang Plateau in Ladakh ranges. The main occupation of the Changpa tribal community is animal husbandry. Just like many other tribal communities, this Changpa tribal community engage themselves in cultivation. The Changpa tribes mostly cultivate barley, and many of them these days sustain their livelihood by small trading activities. However, these Changpa tribes still retain their heritage of observing local religious rites and customs. Brokpa tribal community of Jammu and Kashmir is mainly concentrated in several places like Dras, also spelled as Dras Valley in the Ladakh regions. Brokpa tribal community follows the culture and ethnicity of the Aryans. The Brokpa males wear a large woolen dress held at the waist by a waistband, woolen pants and a headgear constituting of a turban are some of the important dresses of the Brokpa males. Brokpa females deck up themselves in loose gowns. The language of the Brokpa tribal community is popularly known as Shinna. Brokpa tribal community carries on several occupations like husbandry and agriculture and allied occupations to meet their day-to-day requirements. The Brokpa tribal community has developed orientation towards religion and also spiritual beliefs. Quite a number of tribal communities of the Brokpa are the followers of Buddhism and Islam. Tribes of Himachal Pradesh are scattered in different parts of this state and have occupied a considerable percentage of India. Dancing, musical melodies, festivals, fairs, etc. bear evidence to it. They are as such nomadic people, and their physical appearances make them distinctly visible from each other. The tribes of Himachal Pradesh belong to the famous Indo-Aryan family group. As far as the physical appearances are concerned, these tribes of Himachal Pradesh have also got identifiable features of that of an Indo-Aryan or Mongoloid. The major tribes of this region include Kinnora tribe, Lahole tribe, Gaddi tribe, Gujjar tribe. As far as the occupations are concerned, these tribes of Himachal Pradesh have taken up the occupations including cattle rearing, and also much of the tribal population works for raising of wool. Since it is situated in the cold northern region of the Indian subcontinent, raising of wool is considered to be one of the main occupations of the tribes. There are quite a handful of tribes of Himachal Pradesh who have adapted to occupations like cultivation and also horticulture. Dresses that these tribes of Himachal Pradesh wear also are quite exquisite to look at. The male dresses include long coat and woolen pajama, and the women of Himachal Pradesh have a woolen sari, popularly known as dhoru, as their attires. Shoes that are made up of wool and goat hair protect their feet. It is also a known fact that the dresses are similar to those of the people in Jammu and Kashmir states of India, since these two states have a similar geographical existence. Although these tribes of Himachal Pradesh celebrate all the important festivals, the tribes have also added fervor to the festive season by incorporating their own traditional customs and beliefs. Since there are a number of tribes in the region, each tribe follows its own sets of beliefs. One of the major tribes in Himachal Pradesh is the Gujjar tribe. Gujjar tribal community has developed the practice of carrying on conversation in numerous languages, namely Urdu, Hindi, etc. They have also adopted the religion of Islam. Since the existence of this tribe is dated back to the 6th century, these tribes have been a result of all cultural diversities from then on. Gujjar tribal communities use the beautiful language of Gujari, also called Gojri. This Gujari language belongs to the famous Rajasthani language group. Gujjars are known for their exquisite tribal dressing style, and their style of dressing in case of both men and women are of distinctive pattern. The colorful turban with the unique style of wrapping has been a style mark of Gujjar tribal community. Topi, which is also called Afghani hat, is worn by the aged Gujjar men. However, Gujjar female beauty is greatly enhanced by the beautiful clothes called dupatta. It looks like a shawl. Also, these Gujjar tribal females, are very fond of jewelry. The Gujjar females have fascination for the necklace with a triangle pendant studded with a beautiful stone in the center of it. It has a religious significance. It symbolizes evil eye and mainly utilized to avert bad luck. The societal structure too follows the trend of almost all the tribal communities of the Indian subcontinent. Patriarchal norms are prevalent. Gujjar males also are very much family oriented. It is the Gujjar tribal female who has the duty and responsibility of fulfilling all the activities of the households. Another tribal group, Kinnora tribal community, is one of the scheduled tribes of Himachal Pradesh state. Their language is called Kinnori, and it is considered to be one of the most beautiful dialects in the state. It has been assumed that the Kinnora people belong to the Kinnor group who got mentioned in Mahabharata. Their physical stature bears some similarities with the Aryans. The family structure of the Kinnora tribes is joint family, and the notable custom of this tribal group is their marriage. According to their custom, the brothers in a family share only one wife. Their families are a polyandrous family and practice fraternal polyandry. Though the main occupation of the Kinnora tribe are raising wool and rearing sheep, some are also engaged in horticulture and agriculture. The culture of this tribal group maintains and reflects their ethnicity. Dancing, singing, celebrating festivals, and languages are all reflection of their cultural exuberance. During their festivals, they consume a special kind of drink known as anguri. The language of this tribal group is known as Kinnori. The Gaddi tribes of Himachal Pradesh dwell in districts like Chamba, Kangra, etc. The people of this tribal group are not nomadic in nature, and they have their own villages where they reside in a cluster. The notable thing about the Gaddi tribe is their costumes. Most of the people of this community are shepherds, hence they wear a cloak-like dress in order to keep them warm from cold. However, some are engaged in other occupations too. The majority of the Gaddi tribe speaks Gaddi language. For writing, however, this Gaddi tribal community uses Takri language. However, the language had gone into oblivion only few years back. Devanagari script is in vogue. Also, under the impact of the modern day culture, the Gaddi tribal people have also mastered Hindi language. The Lahole tribal community is found in several regions like Lahore Valley, Patan, Chamba Lahore, and lower Mayar valleys. These tribal people are said to be originated from the aboriginal Munda tribe and Tibetans. The language of the Lahore tribal community is Patani. There are alternative names of this language which are popular among the Lahore tribal community. Manchati, Manchad, Patni, Chamba, Chamba Laholi, Laholi, Swangla, Changsapa Boli are some of the alternative names of their language. Apart from these, there are certain dialects of this language which are also prevalent in Lahore tribal groups. Though the people of the Lahore tribal community are basically agrarian, some of them are also engaged in trade. They export wheat, barley, kut, a herb to Kolkata. Just like many other tribal communities of the whole of the Indian subcontinent, this Lahore tribal community too is oriented to religious customs and beliefs. Most of the people of this community are the followers of Buddhism, and they often visit their main temple of worship, Trilokinath. The people prefer to wear colorful attires and ornaments, which are a major part of their costumes. The culture and the tradition of Lahore tribal community are quite exquisite and is revealed from the fact that it has a plethora of dance forms, music, fairs and festivals. Now let us see the tribes of Uttarakhand. In the state of Uttarakhand, the main concentration of tribal population is in the rural areas. The Jansari tribe of Uttarakhand have a special appearance similar to that of a Mongoloid race and also of the earlier Indo-Aryan inhabitants in the Himalayan provinces. The entire community has been divided into castes such as Koltas and Khasas. Khasas are the early settlers of this region in the Himalayas. Their distinct traits and ethnicities constitute a unique culture of the whole of Jansari tribe of Uttarakhand. The Jansari lead an agriculturalist life. Hence, cattle are reared for twin purposes: ploughing fields and for milk products. Cows, ox, buffaloes, goats, sheep are reared commonly by the people. They get meat and wool for their own use in their households and also trade them. Marriage is an integral part of this tribal community and polyandry is followed in the society. Their source of entertainment is through folk songs and dances, and they observe festivals and fairs during harvesting. They believe in a deity called Mahasu Devta and organize a procession every year in order to devote themselves to this deity. The language used by the tribal people of Tharu tribe is similar to that of Sanskrit, which requires excessive usage of the tongue. As far as occupation of this Tharu tribal community is concerned, they have been practicing cultivation. These Tharu tribes produce crops like barley, wheat, maize and rice. Even they are fond of rearing animals. Chickens, ducks, pigs and goats, etc. are some of the common animals usually found in almost each and every household of Tharu village. Since several rivers flow through the region, many Tharu tribes have turned into fishermen. Uniqueness of these Tharu tribes is that they have developed a style of decorating the walls with various beautiful decorative items. In order to decorate the houses, the Tharu tribes use several beautiful items. The Bhotia tribe of Uttarakhand is found mainly in the districts of Almora, Chamoli, Pithoragarh and Uttarkashi districts. Their main produce is jute. Their sheep and goats are their mainstays, which provide them with wool, hide and fur. They trade in articles made of wood, rice, wheat and other foodstuffs. Hinduism has influenced them and they worship Nanda Devi, but they also worship their own set of gods. Marriages are arranged by parents who exercise complete control over their children, and there are no priestly ceremonies or feasting. Polygamy is practiced sometimes, but child marriage and widow marriage are rare. They have hardly any property excepting a few cattle. The Buksa tribe of Uttarakhand resides in the southwestern part of the state, mainly in the regions of Nainital, Ramnagar, Kaneshpur, etc. The Buksas believe in Hinduism and worship all Hindu gods and goddesses. They celebrate all the festivities which concern the Hindu religion and are devoted followers of Lord Krishna and Lord Rama. The Buksa community is an endogamous society and is divided into several subgroups according to their dwellings, popularly known as kheras. Marriages are done through the consent of the bride and the groom, and it is a patriarchal form of society. The main occupation of the Buksa tribe is agriculture and other agriculturally associated jobs. The Raji tribe are mainly found in the forest areas of Dharchula, Didihat and Champawat areas of Pithoragarh districts. They reside mainly in the forest regions. Especially the Raji females have the fascination for colorful and gorgeous clothes. Exquisite jewelry that these Raji females wear also is quite large and heavy. However, as a recent phenomena, few of these Raji tribes dress in the similar fashion like that of a people belonging to a non-tribal community. They are ardent followers of Hindu religion. There is plethora of local gods and goddesses whom they worship. Position of women in Raji tribal community is held high. It is only natural that these Raji tribes have taken up the profession of gatherers. Let us come to the tribes of Uttar Pradesh. Tharu, Jaunsari, Raji, Bhotia, Gonds and Boksa are the 6 major tribes of Uttar Pradesh. They are also found in the present state of Uttarakhand. As far as the occupation of the tribes in Uttar Pradesh is concerned, it has been found that the Koltas till the land for the Khasa tribe. The Jaunsaris can be termed as laborers as they mostly work as laborers in fields, farms and forests. The Bajki tribe has taken up the profession of tailoring. Certain tribes of Uttar Pradesh like the Ghasiyas, Agariyas and the Panikas serve the Gonds, though in the present day the Gonds have lost their status of supremacy. Liquor is among the most favorite of all the tribes in Uttar Pradesh. Rice beer is a very popular alcoholic drink among the tribes and is prepared by the Tharus, Kathavaras and the Dingwariyas. The Kora and the Raji tribe depend mainly on wild fruits and tree roots for their daily consumption. Although in the present day the tribes of Uttar Pradesh put on the dresses which the other inhabitants of the state wear, but traditionally they prefer gaudy outfits and jewelry. The tribes of Uttar Pradesh have their own religious beliefs and faiths, but interestingly, they also worship many of the Hindu gods and goddesses. For instance, the Kol tribe of the Banda region worships Ram, Sita and Lakshmana because they believe that they are closely associated with them while they were in exile in Chitrakoot. On the other hand, the Saharia tribe believes that they are closely associated to Shabari, who was a poor Bhil woman and had impressed Lord Rama during his visit to Chitrakoot. The tribes of Uttar Pradesh follow a patrilineal and patriarchal structure of society, yet the women of tribal society enjoy a dominant status within their society. Polygamy remains as a status symbol among the tribes of Uttar Pradesh, and polyandry is practiced by the Jaunsari tribe. The Korwas and Bhotias have a custom that on the death of the elder brother, the younger brother can rightfully marry the widow. Let us now come to the tribes of Rajasthan. The tribes of Rajasthan are said to be the original inhabitants of Rajasthan. The major concentration of these tribes of Rajasthan is found mainly in the foothill of Vindhya Aravalli mountain ranges. The Bhil tribes are the biggest of the aboriginal tribes of Rajasthan. The Bhil population of Rajasthan is distributed entirely in the district of Banswara, Dungarpur and Udaipur and the whole area of southwest Rajasthan. The Bhils are traditionally hunters and gatherers and follow a rudimentary lifestyle. In the past, Bhil people used to reside in dense forests. Bhili is their dialect, which is an Indo-Aryan language. Their dialect also includes Rajasthani, Gujarati, Hindi, Marathi words and also some unique words without any non-Sanskrit elements in it. The Bhil people have a rich indigenous culture. Ghumar dance is one of the popular aspects of Bhil culture. Sabang is a popular form of entertainment among the Bhil tribes. The costumes of the Bhil tribes display a distinct characteristic that goes well with the rustic but ethnic lifestyle. The Bhil woman wears an upper garment called the kapada, a ghagra and an orna. The women of this community wear an intricate and complicated hairstyle. The costume of a Bhil man comprises of a turban, an angi, tunic and a lower garment called potario. Bhil men also keep a pacheri or shawl on their person. The rich Bhils are well dressed now in pagri and dhoti and a short jacket angarakha and carry a piece of cloth which can be used as a belt. The Garasia tribe of Rajasthan spreads over the regions of Udaipur, Dungarpur, Sirohi and Pali districts. They conduct variable feasts of color and are highlighted always by their community dancing. Such fairs and festivals bring the people of Garasia tribe together and becomes a meeting ground for young and old alike. The Meena tribe of Rajasthan mainly follow the Hindu ceremonies and festivals. The famous fairs of Tej and Gangaur are rendered colorful by Meena men, women and children. They are a community usually fond of social gatherings and meets and usually indulge in song and dances during such occasions. The people of Meghwal community are basically Hindu and are said to be the descendants of Rishi Megh. The Meghwal people are the followers of Pir Pitoro and his shrine is located near Mirpur Khas in Pitoro village. The people of Meghwal community have separated the dressing code for men and women of different age groups. The married women of this community wear the kanchli as the upper garment. The ghagra is in bright colors like red and pink. The women wear a variety of wraps in winter and one of the most popular wraps is the Rita, which is an embroidered shawl. The women of Meghwal community are fond of jewelries and they use them in their regular wears. The men of the Meghwal community generally dress in white from head to toe. The traditional ensemble of the men is dhoti, safa and putia. Nowadays, the men also wear kurta pajama besides the traditional attire of dhoti and bands. So dear learners, in this session, I have discussed the tribal culture in the northern region of India. I have covered tribals of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. Thank you.